Previously on Secrets of the Caribbean Moon, Elijah, guided by his uncle, masters fishing while dreaming of exploration, inspired by seafarers' tales and washed ashore trinkets. Joyce, after her father's death, becomes her family's pillar, balancing care for her siblings with her dream of becoming a teacher. Both find strength in memories, community support, and their determination to persevere despite hardships. She learned to balance the needs of her family with her own aspirations, proving to herself that she could navigate life's difficulties with grace and determination. By the time Joyce turned 18, she had become a pillar of strength for her family. The death of her father was a wound that would never fully heal. It shaped Joyce into a young woman of remarkable character, one who carried her family's love and dreams forward just as her father would have wanted. Her father's death, though devastating, became the catalyst for her growth. It taught her the value of perseverance, the importance of family, and the power of hope. Joyce emerged from her grief not just as a survivor, but as a beacon of strength and love for those around her. For Joyce's mother, watching her daughter blossom into adulthood was both a joy and a source of deep concern. After losing her husband, her focus had been on holding the family together, ensuring her children were cared for, and keeping them safe. Joyce's growing relationship with Elijah stirred a complex mix of emotions: hope for her daughter's happiness, pride in the strength Joyce had shown, and worry about what the future might hold. As the head of the household after her husband's death, Joyce's mother, Marlene, had taken on the dual roles of provider and protector. Her world revolved around ensuring her children had stability, safety, and opportunities in a life that had been upended by loss. So when she began noticing the way Joyce's eyes lit up at the mention of Elijah, she couldn't help but feel a pang of anxiety. Elijah was polite and respectful whenever he visited, but he was also ambitious and full of dreams that extended far beyond the shores of Belize. Marlene worried that his adventurous spirit might one day leave Joyce heartbroken or abandoned. She knew too well how unpredictable life could be, and the thought of her daughter experiencing the pain she herself had endured weighed heavily on her heart. Despite her fears, Marlene couldn't ignore the positive changes in Joyce since meeting Elijah. Her daughter, who had carried so much responsibility after her father's death, seemed lighter somehow, more hopeful. The laughter that once felt so rare in their home had returned, and Joyce's determination to pursue her dreams of becoming a teacher had only grown stronger. Marlene couldn't deny that Elijah appeared to be a good influence on her daughter. He spoke of Joyce's aspirations with admiration and encouraged her to continue her studies. He respected her time and responsibilities, often offering to help with chores or play with Micah and Lena, Joyce's younger siblings, when he visited. It was clear that Elijah cared deeply for Joyce, and Marlene found herself quietly rooting for their happiness, even as her protective instincts lingered. Marlene wasn't one to voice her concerns openly at first. She observed from a distance, watching the dynamic between Joyce and Elijah with a keen eye. But as their relationship deepened, she felt it was time to speak to her daughter about it. One evening, as they folded laundry together, Marlene broke the silence. "Joyce, you know I only want what's best for you," she began, her tone gentle but firm. "I know, Mama," Joyce replied, sensing where the conversation was headed. "Elijah seems like a good young man," Marlene admitted, carefully choosing her words. Joyce hesitated, her hand stilling over the neatly folded clothes. "I have," she said softly. "And I know it won't be easy if he leaves. But, Mama, he makes me feel alive. He believes in me, and he helps me believe in myself." Marlene sighed, torn between wanting to shield her daughter from potential pain and supporting her pursuit of happiness. Just promise me you'll be careful with your heart, Joyce, she said, placing a hand on her daughter's. It's a precious thing. Marlene also took the opportunity to speak with Elijah directly one afternoon when he stopped by to visit. She was direct, as was her nature, but her tone held no hostility, only concern and sincerity. Elijah, she began, as they sat on the small porch, I can see that you care for Joyce, and I appreciate how you've treated her and our family. But I need to know, what are your intentions with my daughter? Elijah met her gaze, his expression earnest. Mrs. Marlene, I care for Joyce more than anything. I know my dreams might take me away, but I would never do anything to hurt her. She means the world to me. Marlene nodded slowly, studying his face for signs of doubt. It's not just about not hurting her, Elijah. It's about building a life together, about being someone she can depend on. I understand, Elijah said, and I want that too. I may dream of seeing the world, but I also know that my heart is here, with Joyce. Her heart softened at his words, though the worry never fully left her. She could see his sincerity, but life had taught her that even the sincerest promises could be tested by time and circumstance. But she chose to focus on the present. She saw how Joyce had grown stronger and more confident since meeting Elijah. She noticed the way Elijah supported Joyce's dreams and respected their family's struggles. She saw the tears her daughter tried to hold back, the silent battle between wanting to support Elijah's dreams and fearing the loss of him. That night, as Joyce sat quietly by the window staring at the moonlit sea, Marlene placed a hand on her shoulder. Love isn't easy, Joyce, she said softly. It's full of uncertainties. This is the end of part 3 of Secrets of the Caribbean Moon. If you are enjoying my story, give it a thumbs up. Comment, let me know your thoughts, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more Caribbean love stories. This is Irene Pandy Slusher reminding you not to stress. And as we say in Belize, go slow.